So many of you guys have been following my show for such a long time and know about this famous back pond I have just off the back of my property here. It's where I sailed the toy boat for the first time on my show RC Adventures on YouTube. It's where I took out the Spartan. And it's one of the first places I ever lost a drone. Yes, I was flying a DJI quadcopter, the Vision 2, across the sky. I was chasing my buddy Everett's Super Cub, getting back aerial footage, where suddenly I lost signal right behind this gate area, but right back into the pond, way back there. DJI flipped upside down. It was never seen again. But on windy days like today, you can see the windsock there blowing away. You can almost hear the propellers. Now, I know I've lost it and I'm never going to be able to find it in there again. And I've waited patiently for years. This was 4 years ago that I lost it. But now, I think I may have found an underwater sub that might at least be able to locate it, unless it's already lost underneath all those years of silt. Kyesea is the company that it's made under, if I'm pronouncing that right. Kyesea, probably in my Canadian way, eh? You can see here, they contacted me several months ago and said they've got this incredible new underwater exploration robot. And I said, this is perfect for what I needed, especially for my exploration mission. And even if I fail that, I still want to see if there's fish in that back pond. I hear rumors there might be some perch, so this would be a good thing to see. I do have an iPhone here. This is for Android, of course, and for iPhone, so I've already downloaded the app. Let's get into the box and see what you guys think. In 3, 2, 1, check this out. So, what are we looking at? This is an amazing ROV. Here, let me take it out of the package for you to see. Look at that, 6 different thrusters on there. This is incredible, guys. I gotta say, right away, what strikes me is the weight of it. It feels about 12 kilograms, maybe 11 kilograms. But wow, it looks like it belongs in the ocean or exploring underwater. There is a 4K UHD camera on there. It is a Sony sensor on the inside. 4K at 25 frames a second or 30 frames. 2 LED lights on the outside, very, very bright from what I understand. Haven't tried it out yet. Lots of really neat key features. Here's the communications port right here. Here is the handle to lift it in and out of the water, as well as for the tether. And the tether actually has that communication port tied right into the back, like I was mentioning, so it's all one unit. But the importance of this new model and these thrusters is that not only can it change the yaw, but it can also change the pitch and the roll of this machine. There is different modes. There's 3 different modes. There's a beginner mode, a medium, and of course a combined mode. The medium is more of a sport mode, where the beginner is kind of limited and it's very easy, but as soon as you move into the sport mode or combined, it gives you a good feeling for both, a little bit of help and a little bit of autonomy. Check underneath the model. Nice and streamlined. Very smooth. It feels good quality. I don't feel anything really moving around or shaking inside. And it looks like it's built to really be belonging in the water. Here is the tether itself. Here is the tether part that goes around the back tail. It is an expandable loop around the back tail and then just plugs into the back of the unit. And ta-da, the radio control, a little bit of a different shape, more ergonomic, I'd say. It's comfortable to feel. Pretty lightweight though, not much to the radio. And the selections for the sport mode and the beginner mode, the different types of running modes is what I was looking for there. USB and then the communication port, and of course your filming and different kind of directions that you have with the dials. So a lockout as well for your propulsion fans, just so you don't have any damage. Lifting it in and out of the water can be done by the tether. It is that simple. So this looks really cool, but it is just a shell. This is your first person view. This is where you slide out and you can put your smartphone in here, whatever you need. It does fit supposedly. Put it in here into a nice lightweight unit. Peel off the protective layers on these goggles. And of course the viewfinder or the focus is up top. So padded front, I haven't used it yet, but that's pretty cool. You can actually be the eyes of the underwater fly fish now. All right, here is the roller I have. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be an accessory that they sell on their site. This came to me in a separate individual box, more or less just a shipping box, so I'm not sure, but check it out. Here is a 1/8 jack on the end. That's going to be the communication cable that goes straight through to the roller right here on the reel. That, I imagine, is going to get hooked up to this longer cable, and this one is the communications for the radio. So I've got quite a distance here where I can actually have it hooked up to the radio as long as I have it hooked up on the inside, and that's what I'm going to do right now is just spool it in. What I like about this cable is that it doesn't seem to have any memory. Like I was able to string it all out and it didn't, you know, keep its coil. Okay, so on the back, obviously the communications port. Just going to plug that in temporarily right now. I do have a charged up radio. The tether itself can be in the loop can be made larger. And it would go around the back of the unit like that. Tether, going to keep that zip tie that came on there just so I can lock that tether in place. And then technically, if you see this, this is how you're supposed to put it into the water, is like this. Not by throwing it, because again, it's quite heavy and it's got precision, you know, propulsion jets on there, but you lower it into the water like that after you've attached it here. Yep, 7-pin. And of course, there is a small little notch that makes you feel where it's supposed to go. What I like about the caps from the end of the wire here and the back of the ROV unit is that they actually screw together. And you can keep that on your keyring or whatever you need just to make sure you have both of them. Aha, so in the instruction book itself, it says optional spool with optional spool. So it will be an option. And here is showing me how to turn the unit actually on and off. For those that have never seen a book like this, shows me how to do the lockouts on the propulsion unit itself and how to set up the Wi-Fi settings with a look at the actual screen controls. How to drop it into the water with the tether, of course how to operate the radio and to make the machine move in all different directions. Then you go into your different modes, which is your attitude mode, your sport mode, and combination mode. Then your charging, we've covered that already, and then into some of the actual specs itself. So if you want to check that out, please pause the video and have a look here. And then of course on the back you can check out the tether length and all the rest that you need to see there. So you can see the brightness and the lumens of the actual LEDs. So there you go, that's covered. Okay, now on the radio, I'm going to hold the power button until I hear 7 chimes. Couple of flashes there from the actual ROV itself. Okay, now I got to go into my Wi-Fi settings. You can see here, you can see fish is there, and I'm going to connect to this. The password will be, shh, don't tell them my password. Just kidding. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Almost as good as the word password. Go dive. Whoa, look at that image. Right there, straight off the front. Amazing clarity on that screen. You guys are having a look. I know you guys are seeing it through whatever device you're seeing it through, but I can let you know here that it is absolutely fantastic through the lens of this camera. There's my other camera. There I am. What's up? You're basically swimming around my studio right now, right? Having a look around. Yes, I know so many of you will be like, oh, I wish it didn't have a tether. And I kind of understand that, but I also don't mind having a rope to pull it back out with, because with my luck, you know darn well I'm going to need it. All right, many of you are going to be wondering what's different about this app and what makes it unique. Well, this does have a heading sector on it, 270 degrees right now with a compass. It does have the different, if you want to take a photo or video. The VR setting's pretty darn neat. There you can see both sides of the screen, just simple. And it looks like it might have a gyroscope feature in the future. I don't know. That button right there, I can't get it to activate yet, so I don't know what's going on there. Signal strength, battery indicator, of course, and your ISO and your storage, how much storage you have there. So everything for me is set on auto, and with a depth gauge on there. I wonder why it only goes to 16 feet. These are all things that I'm also going to be discovering on my own when I get out there and finally give this thing a test. But there's so much wind outside right now. I don't mind going out on a windy day, but you guys won't be able to hear any of my feedback, and I'm sure that you would like to know on the adventure side what's going on. So I'm looking forward to testing out the VR headset, but that is the new Fifish V6 in a nutshell for you guys. I'd like to fire it up, but they ask not to let those fans go for more than, what, 30 seconds it says in the book, or else you kind of run into heat issues, but what the heck, let's start her up. And alright, before I push this button, I want you guys to go down and smash that bell button beside the subscribe button, because no longer are my videos going out to all my subscribers. In fact, it's been like that for a while. Only the people that want to get notified push that button down there so you can see when the next running video of the deep sea dive really goes, even though it's in a pond down below. The Fifish V6. Look at this. Spinning. Different directions. Different pitches. Different yaws. I'm not burning those motors out. Hopefully you guys leave a comment down below on how unique this show always is for you. How long have you been watching RC Adventures, guys? I'm going to get my stuff, get outside, and have a good time with RC, and I hope you do too. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.